is a Bramble Jam podcast. Hi, it's me. It's February 19th. Take the day off, baby! Go, here it comes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh! We made it to 30.
30. I know. I would never have given us a chance to get to 30. We're pretty athletic.
I got so cocky there. I was like, man, are we willing to do this all show long?
Yeah. You got pretty cocky.
Hey guys,
Hey,
happy Friday.
Everybody.
Friday, everybody. It's Friday. It's the day that you go and you say it's Friday, so I might as well take it off. Start my weekend and I have a lot of fun. Yeah, I might as well take it off. It is a very exciting day, but not nearly as exciting as Bramble Jam Plus is. Bramble Jam Plus was voted by Excitement Mag to be the number 2 most exciting thing going on right now.
Excitement Mag. What was one?
Lazy Boys.
Lazy Boys were one.
On sale.
So Bramble Jam Plus slid in after Lazy Boys being on sale.
Yeah.
How big's the sale?
Giving them away.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That's
excited
fair.
about that.
Yeah. But Bramble Jam Plus is right there. And we are working with Lazy Boy to try to give every subscriber a free Lazy Boy, but we are not there yet. So, but still sign up.
Sign up just in case.
It'll be retroactive.
Just in case the Lazy Boys come through.
If we get a deal with Lazy Boy, it will be for every subscriber, not just new subscribers. So go ahead and sign up because you might get a free Lazy Boy. So we're pretty excited about that. Dan, what's your favorite Lazy Boy?
The blue.
Yeah.
The blue
too.
Wave. Blue Wave.
Blue Wave.
Dude, it's Blue
100%.
Wave Lazy Boys. Unbelievable.
Very exciting day today. It's Tug of War Day.
Tug of War Day. This is the best we had, huh?
Tug of War Day. Do you like Tug of War?
Sure.
What's your beef with it, man?
I don't have a beef with it.
It sounds like you got beef.
I haven't played Tug of War in decades.
You old?
Sure.
You're decades old?
Yeah.
Old. It's Tug of War Day. It's a day unlike any other to go.
Are you
get
not
up.
decades old? Are you still a single digits?
I'm still single digits, baby. It's Tug of War Day. It's a day to get out there and tug that rope in the war. Tug of War.
Yeah, I've always said Tug of War like there's just an O in there. There's not a full OF. It's just a Tug of War.
This is Tug of War Day.
Tug of War Day.
This is a tug of.
Okay.
Like this is war. This is war.
What is it good for?
We're tugging it.
Yeah.
We're tugging that war.
Yeah.
Dan, I was playing Tug of War to get ready for this. The whole gang was down at Fitzy's.
And
we were doing Tug of War, just playing, and we were yelling, and we were like, "You're gonna get it this time." The rope split in half. We were at such odds. Snapped right in half. Now, granted, it was a twine, and it was decades old.
Okay.
But unlike me, the twine dropped in such a way. This is phenomenal. That it spelled out. Dan knows about Tug of War Day. The twine spelled that out.
Spelled it out.
It was phenomenal. It was like beautiful.
Wow.
And
I do. Yeah.
Wow.
We have to go all the way to Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
Blarnes McSweeney.
Sure.
And this is not a fit. Like that's his name, Blarnes McSweeney. I don't know what to tell you. My heritage is German and English. This guy's name is Blarnes McSweeney.
What does your heritage have to do with Blarnes?
I'm trying to explain how I'm not being mean to Irish people.
I have black friends. Like that's the equivalent right here.
It is. You're right. It is.
Either,
and I want to be clear about this. Blarnes McSweeney is offensive. It is.
Ow.
It's offensive.
The Irish are fine with...
I leaned into it being offensive by being more offensive.
The Irish are down to clown.
They are down to clown. And you know what? One of their famous phrases was a tug of something. So like that was when they started to get...
give me a tug of something.
A tug of Guinness.
Tug of Guinness.
Tug of Guinness.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that you could probably go in the wrong direction with.
Sure, yeah, bet you could.
But a tugga was a slogan in the big Irish potato war of 1810. Now, before the potato famine, when they were rife with potatoes in Ireland, they would have giant potato fights.
They didn't know what they had. They didn't know what they had.
Just flinging spuds at each other. And that started because Lawrence McSweeney, was that is that his name?
That is.
He and his best friend, Patty O'Nickel, they got into a little bit of a fight that was funny because they were having a few tug of Guinness, and they decided they would hash it out by having a potato duel, and they called it a tug of war is what they called it, because there's just going to be a little bit of a potato war, and that turned into a full thing of potato wars, and that turned in. So the Americans, as they do, making fun of the Irish, took that idea and just made it a game where you pull rope back and forth, tug of war. That's the history of National Tug of War Day. Back to you, Brandon. I'm sorry, Irish people.
I don't think you need to say sorry, because history's history, and there's nothing that you can do about that.
Lawrence McSweeney, whatever, that's the person's real.
I think it's a crime that tug of war has been put on the back burner.
Yeah. Let's bring it back to the front burner.
It was an Olympic sport from 1900 to 1920, and then they decided, let's not do that anymore. And I think that's wrong, because I think this sport has something that other sports don't have, and that's gumption.
So you think that tug of war has gumption and other sports don't have gumption?
That's right.
What do you mean by that?
You know exactly what I meant. In 1500, tug of war tournaments were hot in the year 1500. They were a popular form of entertainment in French chateau gardens. They would all get together. They would have these tug of war tournaments, and that's when it really happened. It was hot and heavy into 1500. Now, when they entered the Olympic Games in 1900, everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be the rise." It only lasted for 20 years. And I think that's just an absolute travesty.
That is a travesty. Such a travesty. It only lasted for 20 years.
Apparently, ABC used to run a TV sports series from 1970 to 1980, pitting the World Series and the Super Bowl participants into a super team competition, and it would be like a 75-minute battle. And one of them, would cycle, swimming, rowing, and tug of war. And I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Getting all these athletes to tug that war.
Tug of war.
Amazing.
I love
think
it.
That's what we should do. Absolutely. I love tug of war.
This question's great too.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you remember or
share a memory that is in some way related to tug of war? What's a better question for tug of war day? Can you think of one?
Yeah, we should have picked a different day, but I have a memory that immediately came to mind.
I can't wait.
So
I can't wait. You don't know what the other days were.
I don't know what the other days were.
Let's
You're
see.
right.
National Today. That's the National Weather Service. Nationaltoday.com. Let's see what we have here today, everybody. All right. The month is February, and the day is, what's the day? 19th? National Chocolate Mint Day.
Way better.
No, that's not
way better.
What are we talking about? Chocolate mint.
Andy's Mints.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
You just want to talk about Andy's Mints for a long time?
Yeah. And other chocolate mint, Junior Mints.
Can I ask you this one?
Mint chocolate
hey,
chip
can I
ice
ask
cream?
you this one? Has chocolate mints ever been in the Olympics? No. Wear your pearls. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on Take the Day Off. You think you're so high and mighty with your chocolate mints? You're not.
I just think it's a better day, is all I'm saying.
We asked you what is a memory that comes to mind.
I was in the RAs, the Royal Ambassadors, when I was a
course.
kid. Were you in the RAs?
No. I
The
was in
RAs,
Awanas.
Royal Ambassadors. And it's basically like Christian Boy Scouts with a lot less to do. But the two things that they had were they had RA Camp, which was this overnight camp during the summer, and they had I don't remember the name of it, but these like days where you would get together and do all these things. Like it was kind of like an Olympics. They're individual
we had the Awana games.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called, but they had relay races.
Yeah.
There were boxcar derbies.
Love it.
And then one event was the tug of war. It was the only team event. And I just remember going and just being really geared up for some competition. And then our team like won a few and lost a few. And then everybody just got the same ribbon. And I was very confused that there was no tournament because for everything else, they were giving out like blue ribbon stuff. But for the tug of war, it seemed like just a way to keep us busy. It wasn't an actual event. That's my tug of war. That's what I remember about tug of war.
Now, you know about Awanas, right?
Awana.
No, not Moana.
Way,
Awana is,
Awana, it's time you knew.
Also kind of like Christian Cub
Jesus
Scouts.
loves you.
Now, in Awanas, you all
He's
show up
all you need.
on this mat, and there's four. It's kind of a circle.
Yeah.
And there's four things like this, and you'd line up, and it was for games and stuff. Awanas had a 4-way tug of war. So circle.
Sounds like somebody's going to tear an ACL. That's what that sounds like.
So circle rope, if you can imagine the stand, circle rope with 4 regular ropes coming out of the middle. And you would start pulling, and your goal was to pull everyone over to your side.
There was like a disc in the middle.
There was a circular rope.
Okay.
Attached to the circular rope.
You need the circle in your section.
Get the circle in your section.
Wow.
And it was awesome.
I don't know if I like that.
Awanas was dope.
Because if someone to your left is really, really weak, and you're pulling really, really hard, you're going to even each other out versus the other side. Versus the other two sides are just kind of even, Steven, in strength.
You're just trying to get everybody over to your side.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you forget it. It's not important. It's not important.
It's the Awana games, man.
It is. There's some interesting ones on here.
What do we have?
Tender Daddy says, I took part in a tug of war match for a few field days at school. None were too memorable, though. Thanks for that, Tender Daddy. I started reading and really should have read ahead. Melinda says, when I was a newly minted college freshman, I attended a beginning of the year activity that included tug of war. I don't remember if he got pulled in or if he was goofing around and did a shallow dive belly flop in the pit of water, but one student ended up breaking his neck and ending up in a wheelchair. Holy cow. That's memorable.
You wouldn't get that question with a chocolate mint day. I'll tell you that much. How about this one from Colleen? Her gym class sounds brutal. Gym class, 6th grade.
You want to tell me there's never been an accident with chocolate mints, Bran? That's what you're here to tell me? You're gonna spit on the grave of tens of people who have died from chocolate mint accidents for a bit? That's who you are now?
But the only way to get to the chocolate mint accident is to ask a question that's like, oh, have you known anybody who had a chocolate mint
Maybe we don't want to talk about death on Take the Day Off.
Colleen says this, gym class, 6th grade, one-on-one tug of war. Wow.
Whoa.
The class was split in half. We had to line up according to height. I had my counterpart by 3 inches, but she had me by at least 50 pounds. I stood no chance. It was dragged across the floor like a mop.
She had me by 50 pounds in middle school, dear gracious.
One-on-one tug of war is brutal, man.
So
It's like a Hunger Games. You're all just circling around.
Everybody make fun of the loser. Larry Jackson, I've not read this. I'm going to read it for the first time with you. He says, this story takes a turn.
I'm in, Lair. Can't get these.
There was a groundbreaking at my church in middle school to start construction on a new youth wing. About 20 youth grabbed a rope and tied it to a large backhoe. We pulled so hard that the rope snapped, which resulted in everyone falling down laughing. Very quickly, we realized it was not funny because the snapped rope partially cut off 3 fingers of the first youth's hand and put a 1-inch gash in the second youth's hand behind her. Dude. I was number 3 in line and thankfully came away with no bodily harm. Tug of war's dangerous, y'all.
Rope is brutal, man.
Rope is brutal.
Colleen says, I went to a small Christian college, and every homecoming there was a week of competitions between the dorms. One night was a huge tug of war tournament in the gym. Turns out the gym was too small. When one team would start winning, they'd run into the wall behind them, and people would just kind of let go of the rope because they couldn't back up any further. When my dorm was up, I had the idea for people to drop the rope at the back and run up to the front of the line and keep pulling. And we won. Colleen, that's that's just smart. That's just good game plan.
Thinking right
you have to have a good game plan. You got to watch that film.
That's right. That's why it's just not fair when somebody slips, like in Wind Calls the Heart. You're like, man, of course they're going to lose.
Yeah. And Wind Calls the Heart, my big question was, what does the spitting on the hands do?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Boy,
did we do it?
We did it.
We did it, everybody. Amazing. Hey, did you ever watch film before high school basketball?
No, I did not.
Got to watch the film.
Yeah. We did one of our own. We watched our own film, not of other teams. We watched our own film. That was what I was confused about. We watched our own film, not other teams.
Yeah.
We didn't scout.
You didn't scout.
Yeah.
But you'd watch your own film.
But for coaching, I would scout.
Yeah. But you'd watch your own film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it helpful?
When you're a kid, it depends on how much you want to put into it.
It's really how you learn. You know,
That's
it's
right.
really about
Some kids don't get it. And some kids do.
Guys, we're going to be back on Monday. And we got to tell you this. Enough being humble. Brag about yourself. What's your greatest accomplishment?
Wow.
We're going to get to that on Monday.
Goals.
Can't wait to hear about them. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. Take today off. Start it early. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
you want to do that thing where we talk at the same time?
Popcorn haiku.
Popcorn or at the same time?
Same time. Same
Okay,
time.
here we
Sorry,
go.
sorry.
I
know
know
what you
did
last
summer.
It involves a
a
hook
whole
and
fancy.
fitzy.
It
It
was fun. For me, at least. Guys, that's not a
It's
haiku.
not a haiku.
You're just not a haiku, guys. I don't know what you want.
You're not a haiku.
You're the one that's not the haiku. You want to play Tug of War at Fitzy's? I'm there every night.
Hey, Rick.